How are you? Hi, everybody. How are you today?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Perry. How you doing?
Hey, chilling. Feeling better.
What? Yeah, you've been under the weather, haven't you?
Yep, it's been crazy.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than getting sick in the summer. All right. Well, we got a break today, though. It's not so hot in Vegas. It is not so hot in Vegas. So that is good.
Nice, yeah.
It rained this morning. Can you believe it? Opinion, what y'all got going on down there weather-wise?
They probably got the heat.
It's hot. It's scorching.
Oh, that's so sad.
Poor
No, I'm
baby.
just saying. That's usually us. Look, somebody just said 110 in Texas. Child, I understand the pain.
Yeah, I truly do.
Okay, so we got a really good show planned for you today. We're going to talk about Wendy Williams, ex Kevin Hunter, wanting her back. Shh, ain't no.
Telling me no.
He wants her back. You're broke, honey. No, ain't no damn way. But it might happen. You never know. We're going to talk about Tina Knowles' children, known as Beyonce and Solange, coming out calling Richard Lawson a clout chaser. You don't mess with mom. Don't mess with mom. Okay, Queen Bee is not playing. They called him a clout chaser.
Well, he was a clout chaser when she met him.
Yeah, I feel sorry for
him. No, I'm just saying, I mean, you get what you find.
Why y'all calling him a clout chaser? What?
Look, he seen Beyonce out there making that money. Girl, where your mama at?
Oh my God, that's bad. We're gonna talk about give an update on the Carlee Russell case, which is nowhere near over, is it? Opinion?
No, nowhere near over.
Child, they gonna get her. They gonna get her. I'm trying to tell you. And also her boyfriend, ex, whatever, trying to do club appearances like he's there for Sean Rock.
Yeah, he's suspect.
What? Who wants to see his ass? And what is he gonna do at the club? He can't sing a song. Child, this is a messy.
He's supposed to be looking for love or something.
Child, he looking for money.
You gonna dump her because she got to do a little time and you looking for love. What's up? But you gonna get that YouTube followers or sub.
Who does that? It's just disgusting. Oh, and then we're gonna talk about this explosive interview with Nene Leakes and Carlos King. Child, let me tell you, it's good. It's getting better and better. And so a lot of times when people talk about the whole Nene Leakes and Carlos King situation, we just talk about what we hear, right? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it's really getting crazy. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks like maybe Carlos and Nene are out for blood. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, why don't I talk about that first, and then we'll do Carlos, and then more people come in. We got to do Wendy Williams, child. We got to do Wendy Williams, and then we have to do Carlee. All of it is a mess, hot ass mess. Okay, so let's get started. So Carlos King did the part 2 Nene Leakes interview today, and it was good, people. It's good. She said a lot. Let me show you the trailer. Okay. It was good. It was really, really good. That's not it. And this is just a snippet. And then I'm going to go into more detail about what I know, child. Let's combine the two.
This interview, is that a seat for them, honey? Are by far the shadiest showrunner I've ever sat with.
Is it sad to see the house you built crash and burn?
I've said it so many times. This is a shame. And it's a shame that they don't get what it needs. It's really simple to us.
Do you watch the show now?
I do not watch the show. However, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of the girls that are on the show currently. And most of these girls have the I, but they do not have the T.
How do you feel about Marlo getting a peach?
Marlo is the one that's bringing the most entertainment on the show. Now, we really have a problem. And who else is working on the show now?
Sharrell's there.
And what is she doing?
Think that there's a different treatment between you and Bethenny. At the end of the day, you both are outspoken women.
I think if we speak and say some of the same things that she said, we can no longer work. I don't get that same opportunity.
You and Wendy Williams had a great friendship at one point in time. When was the last time you spoke to her?
I honestly felt like Wendy was in a place where she didn't care about any of her friends anymore. And she would just say whatever she had to say. I hated that because I really liked her as a person.
Do you think you should be bigger than Kim Kardashian?
Absolutely. If not bigger, right there with her.
Why did you feel the need to sue Bravo, NBC, and Andy Cohen?
Like, all of these girls know that there was unfair treatment because we all have been in group text messages where all of these girls have texted and said that they were feeling unfair treatment. There's no secret, and I have the text messages to prove it. Do not edit it out.
No, we're gonna keep this. Let's go. Do you think you're blackballed?
I was in many talks to do many things, and they would just die. And that's not by chance.
Does that make you sad, though?
It makes me very sad. I'm okay with it, though. I think God has a plan for me.
You've done so much for this industry, and I feel like you've done so much for this genre. You deserve so much more than what this world is giving you. If Andy Cohen is watching right now, what is it that you would like to say to him?
Did Carlos cry? Is Carlos crying? Why are you crying? There's no tears in stealing people from Bravo. Listen,
if Andy's watching right now, damn right he watching.
I know. Let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes is way more interesting. There is an alliance that has been formed. In my mind, in my opinion, it's Carlos King, Nene Leakes, and Bethenny Frankel. This is so interesting and just damn unbelievable. Bethenny Frankel is going around, and I think I reported on it. She spoke to Nene. Nene told her grievances. She is going around undoing the damage that Andy Cohen had did to Nene's career. She's also coming out as a white woman. This is crazy, right? Saying that there is racism at Bravo, okay? And there's unfair treatment. She's saying that as a white woman, they get away with more. Now, let me see if I can find this tape right here. Thank you for the super chat and cut for Carlos. It's like, okay, Carlos is crying. He's crying, but he's cheering on the inside. Let me see if I can find this tape. Okay, so it's so much going on. She went in on Kandi Burruss. Okay, so do you guys remember there was a season, and I don't remember what season it is, when Kandi got an alliance together. It was Kandi, Kenya, and Cynthia to get rid of Nene. Do you guys remember this? And I just so happened to have the recording. It's so weird. Let me see if I can play it. Do you guys remember this season? Because Kandi and Nene's rivalry has nothing basically to do with the things that they're saying. It's about Nene. It's about Kandi going after Nene. Let's see if I can play this. Hold on. I just happen to have it, child. I just happen to. I don't know how.
Nene said she got the text from the other women. No, she
sure
said
did.
Other women has complained.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
You put me on blast, child. Let's see which one this is. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's not playing. Let me try to put my phone up to the. That didn't work. Okay. Let's just go back because this feud is getting really bad. Let's see if I can put this up to. No, how do I do it? I can't put my phone up to it. So I have a tape about the time when Kandi was caught plotting with Nene. And you guys have to remember this. She goes, I might. Do you guys remember this? And Kandi really pushed behind the scenes to get Nene fired. Do you remember she came out publicly and said that Andy Cohen was a racist? So this is what happened. All of the women, and I know this for a fact, were complaining about how Bravo was not treating the black cast the same way that they did the white cast. And they were all upset about it. Kandi, Kenya, all of them, they were upset about it. Well, and Nene spoke up. She was like, I don't know. This is before they even thought about firing Nene. They go giving complaints. Nene would complain to the higher up. She was absolutely right when she said she was one of the few housewives that could call the president of NBC. Like, she had a number. She could call Andy Cohen. A lot of them can't get through. Mm-hmm. And she was calling and she was complaining about this. So I think that when they fired Nene, Andy kind of hung on to that. And then he really got upset when she said she was going to fire. At the same time, Kandi is pushing behind the scenes to get Nene fired. Now, listen, I wish I could play this damn tape. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. To get her fired. And so she has a deep, what's the word? War. Her and Kandi are at war. Her and Kandi had a war, and it seems like Kandi was winning the war. And she really got upset when Kandi came out and said, there's no racism at Bravo. Do you guys remember this? Don't make me pull up the thing. And so now, Carlo has a what do you call it? A grudge against Andy for being fired and Kandi for having him fired. I'm trying to tell y'all the stuff she didn't, resentment, the stuff that she didn't say in the interview. And I don't know for the life of me, why is Bethenny Frankel becoming a spokesman for Nene Leakes? What do you guys think?
Maybe, for me, I'm thinking that maybe because she was a part of the show. I mean, not Housewives of Atlanta, of course, but just part of the Housewives. And over time, you can see the mistreatment of some people. Maybe that's the part. And she's well off. She don't need Andy. So it's easier for her to just come out.
It's weird though. She had a good friendship with Andy Cohen. And when I tell you that Bethenny Frankel was Andy's favorite housewife, they would go on vacations together. They would tell each other secrets. So all of a sudden she coming out, Team Nene. Is somebody paying her? It just doesn't make any sense. But what you're saying that if you see the injustice go on long enough, sometimes people just want to do what's right. I mean, I don't understand why she's camping for black people.
For her situation, she was blessed, right? So some people take a blessing and they bless others when they got the opportunity. She's in a good spot financially. She don't need Bravo, Andy. Now, whether they friends or not, she just talking about the injustice or the unfairness that's going on with the housewives as a unit. Maybe she's not coming directly down on Andy. It'll just be the group, just how the network portray certain people.
Opinion, why is Bethenny Frankel chartering for black people? What do you think?
I don't think she's really chartering for black people. I think she's chartering because they were still trying to take, part of her money, and then they gave her less money than they was giving the black ones.
Well,
because she spoke out about it. That her first season, she only got 7,500.
Right. She doesn't have to do this. She's in like Flynn with Andy Cohen. So I'm a little confused as to what's going on. I'm trying to find this tape. Anyway, so when Nene was saying that there are unfair treatments in Bravo, she's telling the truth. Okay, so one time there was a rumor going around town that Andy Cohen would go to gay apps. And you guys remember hearing this on my channel before, and I freaked out, and that he was on the white powder. There was a housewife, Danielle Staub, and I have the tape. I don't know how I'm going to get this damn thing to play. Of her, maybe I could put the coming out and saying all the things that she heard about Andy Cohen. She did not get any backlash from Andy Cohen about it. Also, when she said that Teresa Giudice straight up pushed Andy Cohen on the reunion show and they didn't edit it out, he got no backlash. She's saying she didn't act any different or any more ridiculous than any other housewives. What do you think about this, Perry?
Well, look, I think that's maybe Nene didn't have enough stuff on Andy. These people that's coming out him saying things and him not clapping back for him wouldn't be too good if they know your secret, right? It could be that, with Andy, people like who they like, but Andy is going to go after the ones he feel he can go out there and get away with.
Let me just ask you straight out. Do you think there's unfair treatment between the blacks and white with Andy Cohen?
Yes.
Opinion?
Most definitely. And I think she don't shy away from showing it neither.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have this tape from a long time ago when one of the housewives, Danielle Stahl, was really trashing Andy Cohen. And I hope you guys can hear this. Let me see if this works this way. Tell me if you can hear this, Gary.
Is Andy ready for that?
Yes.
Is Andy ready for his son to know who he is? Because the Andy I know would hit up Grindr and go on 3 or 4 Grindr dates an evening. And these are people that are pretty reputable sources. I don't even want to talk about the drugs and the partying. Not now, anyway.
Oh my God! You say 3 or 4 Grindr dates. A date?
Someone sent me that tape a long time.
Balls to balls all day long.
My point being is that Andy Cohen allegedly got wind of this and really didn't do anything about it. So I'm thinking, and someone says, please don't make Nene the victim. I'm not making her the victim. I'm saying that I know for a fact some of the things that she was saying, all of the housewives agreed with, that he made differences. And when someone says you're on drugs and that you're always going to Grindr's account, you should be fired and blackballed for that if you're so upset. You know what I mean? Then she also brought up the point, she never mentioned the word racism. That's true, but you insinuate it when you say you treat the black girls different than you do the white girls. That you're not using the word, but you're saying it. It's a lot going on. It also feels like her and Carlos King are definitely going to work together. The Kandi thing, she was dragging Kandi for filth, calling her boring. Oh my God, where did she get that, Nene? Calling her boring, said that she wasn't a star. But that stems from Kandi really going after Nene. And you guys remember that season. Do you guys remember the season? Let me see if I can find this tape. But I found the interview to be honest. I also feel that the interview, those three, Andy, Carlos, and Nene, they're teaming up. And they're going to start doing things to upset Andy Cohen. Do you think I'm exaggerating opinion? They are.
I don't think so, because you remember he asked her in the interview, he was like, how would you feel about a love and marriage Atlanta?
There you go. They're going to work together. It's just a done deal as far as I'm concerned. Those two are going to work together, which is going to be good. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to drive Andy crazy. And I also think from day one, when Carlos made his channel and started going after these housewives, I think it was some form of, not revenge, but yeah, maybe a vendetta. He has a vendetta against Andy Cohen, and he's not going to let it go until he feels satisfied. Do you think I'm just being a troublemaker, Perry?
No, that's about right. Look, if you fire me, man, you may have some problems too. Or, over some stuff that basically him leaving the Housewives of Atlanta sort of burnt him, I think.
So how's this going to work out now when Andy has to fire Kandi, but he's got these three that's teaming up against him? I'm so shocked at Bethenny Frankel. I love Bethenny Frankel, by the way. She doesn't have to do this, but she's changing things around for Nene Leakes.
I don't know how you're going to fire her, but he got to do it real easy because Kandi got a lot of candy lickers out there that support her. So,
candy lickers?
Yeah.
No, this has nothing to do with the fans. Andy Cohen has to fire Kandi allegedly because of money.
I get it. I'm saying, but he got to find a fine line to where they don't look at it as you fired her. He got to make it as if he gave Kandi the credit, a promotion. See, because the candy lickers will take it. These people are so far up her ass and don't really see what Kandi really is, that if he come and say any word associated with firing, they're going to be going ham. If they made it seem like he praised their queen, Kandi, then it'll be a better day for him. Like, he need to come out and say, I'm so sorry to be losing Kandi. She got a lot of opportunities out there and she's moving on to bigger and better places. And they'd be like, yeah. And then he need to come out and say this, we're going to truly miss her because Kandi is way bigger than the Housewives. And then the candy licker's going to go wild.
Child, what is a candy liquor? I can't.
Candy
liquor. Let me ask your opinion. Do you think that if Bethenny Frankel wouldn't have came to Nene's aid, do you think things would have turned around for Nene Leakes without Bethenny Frankel?
No, I don't think so, because here's the thing. They've been blackballing her for a while, and nobody just came to her aid. Nobody has came and said, look, it's unfair treatment. And I think Bethenny wants to be that spokesperson that come out and be like, yeah, I'm on top, because, of course, she's trying to do a union now, too.
She's trying to do a union. She's all in. I don't understand what Bethenny's getting out of this, but maybe Perry's right. I don't know what Bethenny's getting out of this, but she definitely ended her friendship with Andy Cohen, and he still hasn't came out publicly and said anything bad about Bethenny. He just hasn't done it yet. He's got a lot going on.
She got the ammunition against him, so he won't come out.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
You guys think that Bethenny Frankel has some dirt on Andy Cohen?
If the other girl said he hitting what's that little freaky site?
I can't. Grindr. You are a master.
3 or 4 times a day. That girl just said it, mentioned it. What if Bethenny got the pictures? So he ain't gonna mess with her.
And
he know he got some wild habits.
Y'all, I'm not saying, I didn't say Andy Cohen. I'm not dumb enough to come out against Andy Cohen. I was simply repeating what Danielle Staub said. And, we had another person that came on the show to try to tell me that, and I wanted no parts of it. And I understand a little bit, like if this is your livelihood and Andy Cohen is your boss, I get the other women not standing by Nene's side. I kind of do, because Nene, that's I get it. But you don't have to come out against her. Just do like everyone else and don't say anything about it. But Kandi came out against her. And this right here was the scene when it all went down. Do you guys remember this?
Hello? Hey, Mike. Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. And that's not Kandi out here. Okay, guys. Okay.
That season, when Kandi, Kenya, and Cynthia plotted to get Kenya back on that show and to get rid of Nene, I guess they did a lot of things behind the scenes that were Nene will never forget. But it's an interesting show, interview. You guys go watch it. Carlos crying, that's a bit much, but I think that these two are definitely going to work together. And I think that Bethenny Frankel is going to get that union. I don't know what makes me feel. She wants a union for the housewives. They all need to make a certain amount. They all need fair treatment. And Nene admitted right there during the interview that she has been speaking to Bethenny. So
I don't think she'll get it, though, at the end of the day.
You don't?
Because half time people got to vote their way into a union, right? And from what I see with the housewives, all of them, and not just Kandi. I'm just saying all of them are basically there for themselves. And if they feel like it's going to put them at a disadvantage for even voting for something, that it might put their dollar bill in jeopardy, they probably won't do it.
I still don't understand where Bethenny's coming from. You want a union. You're telling them how to get more money. She came out and said there's ways that they can get more money, and Andy Cohen knows it. Don't make me say it publicly. She's talking about figures. This is a mess. I will be following it. This is a trip. And it is what it is. We got to get it. We got to move on because that's old news. That's old news. I'll take questions later. That's old news. We got to talk about Wendy Williams. Child, this is a mess. This is a mess. Okay, so I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so according to the rumors, Wendy Williams' ex, Kevin, is completely broke, flat broke. Okay, now you guys, I've got this from a real good source. So they're saying that Kevin has no money, that he is behind on his car payment, his credit card payments, his house is in foreclosure, he has no health insurance, even though he needs surgery for a hip. He has not paid his attorney fees.
Damn.
I'm not laughing. I mean, I'm just shocked. And that means that you can't sue Wendy for anything else because you have no attorneys.
It's okay to laugh, Sharrell. Karma's a bitch.
I don't mean to laugh.
I don't. For certain things, yeah, for that, look, the things he done, you can laugh about it. If he's sitting in his house right now with all these financial troubles going on, with a burning candle, thinking to himself,
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I'm just keeping it real, people. Look, you dropped the bag over some side piece. That's now she's somewhere in South Carolina in the weeds getting effed by some guy. I'm just keeping it real.
Stop. Let me finish.
That's what she had. I mean,
yes,
she got the guy from South Carolina the same way she got him. By opening them legs up and him.
Perry. Oh my God. Hold on. I done lost my train of thoughts.
Go back to him not paying the rent. We'll start there.
They said, I just can't. So, you are so wrong. He has taken out 2 car loans with a company called Flex Wealth. Perry, stop. Okay, I'm not laughing because he's broke. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Title loans. We don't want people to think he went and got a car loan. He's borrowing money off the cars he got.
What's a title loan?
It's where you own a car or whatever, and you go and refinance it, basically to get money, and then you pay them back using your car as collateral.
Now, I'm really not trying to be funny here. Please don't say anything else funny, Perry. Is that like a payday loan that interest keeps
basically, yeah. Instead of your job, if you don't pay them, they're going to keep your car.
Anyway, okay, so Sharina has gone back to South Carolina, and her son, Kevin Jr., is with Wendy. Okay, so now listen to this. Now, according to the rumors, Kevin Sr. tells Kevin Jr. that he feels that Wendy's finances aren't being ran properly, and he wants to come back on as her manager. So Gary, I asked you to stop. He wants, because he said that they're not handling the finances well, right? Now the rumor is that the son wants the dad to be back. Now I think every kid, I don't care how old you are, I'm thinking, right? Opinion, wants their family back together because he grew up with Wendy and his dad and stuff like that. And he loves his dad. We might not love his dad, but he loves his dad. And that's why he came out and did an interview in which he's saying that he does not trust the conservator or Will's.
What's that guy? I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Selby.
Will Selby. Now, I made a comment. I thought that Kevin Jr. should be by his mother's side. Remember, I made that comment, and I was like, he's not being by his mom side enough for me. But if I step out of the picture, because the first thing you're going to think is Kevin's a bum, and this is karma. This is karma for what he did, and now you want to come back broke as a joke. But we have to give him credit. Is he looking out for his mother? Okay, let me keep going.
Look, see, I mean, looking out for somebody, it's like at this moment, it seems like he's looking out for his mother. Other moments, it didn't look like he was.
I don't know, Perry.
I'm just saying, no, for me.
This don't look like looking after your mama. Like who wants the same person that caused my mama to have this nervous breakdown? Exactly. I want this person to come back and wreck her a little bit more. No.
Yeah. Anyway, so Kevin Jr. is really complaining about the conservator and Wills. Now, Wendy did go to rehab last month, but she still has the addiction problems. So I don't know what's best for what, but Will Selsby came out to defend himself. Okay, this is what he had to say. He did. This is what he had to say.
Near death. Well, the first thing you do is call an online publication?
Wendy Williams' manager addressing her son, Kevin Hunter Jr.'s tabloid claims.
I'm not trying to have a debate with Kevin. I'm not here to be combative about, whatever allegations he has. He's entitled to his opinion. I'm just trying to say that us as adults, let's be responsible and let's actually utilize some common sense. Someone was near death, someone like your mother. Why would you go to an online publication to discuss it with them?
So Kevin is really pushing for his father to come step back in as her manager. Now, before we start judging, let me say this. He did make, Kevin was a bum. I'm sorry, Kevin, I have to say it. I don't like him. You use Wendy, but in the honor of being fair, you did make Wendy a lot of money. But I say stay the hell away from Wendy. Look, Perry, your thoughts?
He don't need to come back. Kevin Sr., he could be a lot of things, a bum, a freak, and all that. But he ain't no rehab.
No one said freak, Perry.
he ain't no rehab specialist that can help Wendy.
Right.
Now, his son, Junior, can want his daddy around, but yeah, he can have him around the same way your mama was around when you was staying with your daddy at a distance. He don't need to be nowhere around Wendy and that money. That's the only reason he want to be back is the cash flow. If Kevin lights was on and Serena was sliding down a pole in the bedroom, he'll be right there not thinking about Wendy. Just saying.
Opinion is, are they looking out for Wendy, or is Kevin just trying to get back in charge of that money?
I wouldn't let Kevin nowhere near my dog. Long time talking about letting him near Wendy. That man is despicable. And I feel like it's so many times we always say protect black women. Then when we see black women going through it, nothing is being said. Like the injustice that Wendy is going through is really sad. It seems like everybody is trying to get a piece of Wendy now that she can't, stand up for her.
Exactly.
She got the brother coming after her. She got the ex-husband coming after her. The kid, we don't even know his stands on it, if he's even being, because I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, I got boys that's, this Kevin Jr.'s age and they wouldn't dare. Let me tell you something. No, like they protect us now. I be having to tell them, stay in your place now. But here's the thing. That's what boys do. They protect their mama. That's the first woman they fall in love with.
Like these other men want to be in Wendy's life for one reason and one reason only. They both thinking the same thing.
Here comes the money.
I can't. I'm done with Perry.
No, let's keep it real. Look, neither one. Like all of them. Kevin, like he's sitting in the dark, no cable. I'm just saying. So now he's thinking about it. And he's thinking about a place to stay. He ain't thinking about her health. He ain't thinking about none of that.
But Perry, nobody said he didn't have any.
About the bad things he did to her, the way he made her feel. None of that shit.
Well, what about this?
How can I get my car for no payday loan? How can I get caught up on that stuff?
But let's give Kevin Jr. a little credit.
Oh, no, I'm talking about senior. I was talking about senior.
Yeah, Kevin Jr. though, he comes back on the scene. His mom isn't well yet. She's still struggling, and hopefully she'll get that together. And everybody wants to see their parents back together. Can we blame him?
No, you really can't. His daddy probably manipulated him. See what I'm saying? And ain't no telling what the side mama did, side piece mama. And he called her mama and shit. I don't know what kind of shit for a young man to do that. She must have threw something on him too.
Stop.
I'm just saying, like, let's keep it real.
You're showing out to make me laugh. No, Sharrell did not throw anything at you. Ridiculous.
Mama.
Very stop.
Mama.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? This is a mess. This is still a mess. And I agree with opinion. He just wants Wendy's money. If you wanted her back, then you would have been back before the money ran out. And how dumb are you to not have a savings? She played you for a fool. And even worse, if she took him back and was in charge of that money again, mysteriously Sharrell will reappear. That's all she wants from him. That's all she wants.
He'll be having another heel cam. Is that what he had? A heel cam or some shit?
Shoe cam. But
it won't be for Wendy though. It'd be for the strippers and all Wendy's money. I'm just keeping it real.
I can't. Okay, so that's what's going on with Wendy Williams. You know, she's still not well, guys. She's still suffering from addiction. Let's just hope that Kevin doesn't get his paws on that money. Let's just hope. But anyway, move out. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what job you're going to do, because if you couldn't make that work, Wendy's money, you're not going to make anything work. You're just go ahead, Perry.
Once upon a time, people could have said he was a good manager. But people also look at what have you done lately. If you can't manage your goddamn gas bill, light bill, mortgage, you ain't gonna handle shit of mine. Let's keep it real. You can't even keep the side piece happy no more. You can't even manage that. Okay, I'll let y'all go ahead.
He's doing that to make me laugh. Perry, you need to stop. Perry is showing out. He does that to make me laugh. He knows what makes me laugh. Child, I can't. Let's move on to Tina Lawson. Tina Knowles Lawson. No, she dropped the Lawson. Let's move on to Tina Knowles. So we all know that Tina filed for divorce from her husband, Richard Lawson. And according to the rumors, he was saying that she is controlling, very controlling, and wants everything her way. And there was a tape going around. I think they were doing an interview with Love Stories or something like this. And she said he wasn't perfect. And he said, I'm not, or he had a look on his face. But anyway, he's saying that she was just hard to please and she wanted everything her way. Now, listen, Tina just got played, okay, by Matthew Knowles. Coming out of that.
A has-been actor. Go ahead.
Where he had 2 babies on her and, you know, a drug habit. And, you know, he was a narcissist. Matthew Knowles was a narcissist. So I can't say I didn't blame her for being not a doormat. You know what I mean? I don't think it's as bad as he's saying. Now, according to the rumors, Beyonce and Solange are coming out and saying that he was a clout chaser and he was using her for her money. Don't mess with mom. These women protect their mother at all costs. But I believe them. I really, really do, because she's that controlling where all of a sudden now you need to talk about it. You didn't say anything about it earlier. I think they're protecting their mother. She went through hell and back. you're going to be scarred from that. I don't think it was as bad as he's letting on. Also, too, remember he liked the porn sites and stuff. There's probably a different side to.
Okay, hold up. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. You saying he's complaining? These are things he didn't like. That these are things he complained about. Oh, she was really hard on me. She had all that money. I ain't had to pay for a damn thing.
Perry, stop.
She probably was the best lady I had in my whole damn life. No, is that what he's saying?
So your team Beyonce and Solange. You feel that he was with her for a clout chasing?
Last time I checked, he was a man when he went in a relationship. He could have been man enough to walk out if the shit was that bad. Don't cry after somebody dump your ass. And act like you was mistreated. He was so mistreated.
That doesn't mean he didn't love her. Listen, I admit, I really think Tina was damaged from Matthew. So you act different, right, and you don't take no games.
Right, but I'm saying from his standpoint, the one she just dumped. He's just saying that she treated him so bad. Why is this a conversation now?
Well, because he's going around saying that she was controlling, and Beyonce and Solange, they're not having it.
She was controlling, and he let himself be controlled.
Oh my God. Opinion, please step in here. Whose side are you on? Do you think Tina was controlling, or do you think he was a clout chaser?
Of course she was controlling. She's Beyonce's mama. Of course she's controlling. Here's the thing. First of all, they both been doing their little shade. Of course, Tina know that man done stole her safe out the house, because here's the thing. Who breaks into your house and know exactly where your safe is, and they don't touch nothing else. They just take the safe. You know, most crooks, when they break in your house, they take everything of value. But no, this crook just came in, knew exactly where the safe was. He was in and out. Didn't leave a print, didn't leave nothing. He knew exactly where to go. He didn't touch nothing else. He knew exactly where to go. He went for the safe. He got your millions and your jewelry. Okay. He said, "Thank you for my trouble."
Opinion, you need to stop. You feel because Tina knows was robbed. Oh my God. You think it was Richard?
It wasn't forced entry.
You do the math. You do the math. Okay. Then none of this happened until that safe came up missing. And she was like, "Oh, hell no."
And he's still there in the backyard with a pair of pliers trying to open it. I'm like, "Oh, she mistreated me. She was controlling. Give me this plier." He's trying to open that damn safe.
Y'all need to stop. There's no evidence to suggest that it was.
I'm just joking. I don't know if he is or not, but damn it, if he had that safe, all the stuff all the stuff inside the safe is no good unless you can open it. I don't know. Nobody know how to open a safe. I don't got those kind of friends. He out there with pliers, a torch.
Anyway, he's the one that ended the relationship. He said she was too controlling, and now the girls are coming out today calling him a clout chaser and that he just used her for money. Now, I just seen somebody said it wasn't he an actor. He is an actor.
He acting right now. He trying to act like he want the public to think, "I'm glad I'm gone." Come on now. For real.
Perry, you need to stop. Don't not play that song or I'm going to roll on the floor. Oh my God. And then you think, opinion, that it's mysterious timing that she got her house broken into and the safe. Y'all need to stop. But anyway.
In the same time frame, because I remember something about, they're divorcing. Oh, safe got missing. Shit. I wonder who got it.
Y'all are a mess. Let me do this Carlee update because I want to take some calls. Oh gosh, 15 minutes. Let's talk about the Carlee Russell latest update. Now, this case is far from over. Opinion, tell me some of the things. You're saying that the neighbors are all upset that she didn't get more.
Not just neighbors. Like I said, over the last 5 or 6 years, we've had a lot of missing kids that have come up, and when they do find these kids, they're usually, deceased. The the thing is, it's so many people here that are just tired of saying we're having to pray for our kids that it's like once a kid goes missing here, all hands on deck. It's no city then. It's just everybody hands on deck. It was so many people that invested time, money, stuff like that. It wasn't just law enforcement. It was really big, okay, and it wasn't so much of questioning her story. Of course, we all had, speculations that something was awry. It wasn't what it was, but she still wasn't home. And so to mothers that have already experienced this, they know what that other mother's going through. And so you tend to rally around somebody in that way and say, well, we just want your baby safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least get her home safe first, and then we could work out the details. But now, since this has happened, and now people are pulling what they call Carlee prank.
Carlee prank?
Yes. So allegedly, it's a TikTok thing going on that it used to call the Carlee prank. You call the police, say somebody.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. A little girl in Florida just got arrested. They said it was another one that happened in Massachusetts. It's been going on, and it's been catching like wildfires. And so now it's not even only our state that's involved in it. It's other states that's going with it too, and trying to figure out how can we get tougher laws that kids know not to play with the police. Their time, energy.
This is just appalling. What is wrong with people? Something, it just doesn't make any sense. Another thing that I find, I don't know how you guys feel about it, appalling, is her boyfriend now doing the club circuit, asking for money and being responsible for throwing parties. This is just sick. It's sick. I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know.
That's why he was getting his Instagram followers up. You didn't see him? He came up. Like, let me tell you, he was the biggest capitalizer in all this stuff because nobody was looking, everybody was laughing at him and stuff like that, but it was a lot of people that were, just checking him, okay, I'm gonna follow him, see what's going on. And now that y'all done gave him them followers, he done got that blue check. He think he Instagram famous now.
Blue check. I can't. This is what upsets me. This is why people do things like this. They're all benefiting from this horrible situation. I don't care.
He probably got a T-shirt on right now that got I-59. I mean, I-459 on. You see what I'm saying? He would do anything for the attention. Shit don't make no sense. Just thirsty.
Anyway, listen, opinion by absolutely, this case is still being investigated and they are not closed it yet. Have you heard anything about them still investigating?
Yes, they still investigating, and they want to put almost what other people would call like a hate crime to it. They're trying to figure out a way to get it done. They're working with legislator through Montgomery because that's our capital. They're trying to get with them to see can they put an enhancement on here because they really want her to do more than 2 years. And right now that's the max she's looking at. And they really want at least 3.
Yeah, they pulling up all kind of records. How many times?
Yeah, they're still after her. She needs to remain in hiding. Her and the whole family. And when I last talked to you, you were saying that they are they're suspects, the parents.
Here's the thing. This the biggest part is that it's not just the police department that's out there. It's officials, it's volunteers, stuff like that. Everybody feels like she's not came out and said anything out of her mouth. She's not been remorseful. We've not seen her remorseful. Her mugshot didn't do her any justice, okay? Like, I'm telling you, her smiling in that picture didn't present as, okay, I'm sorry. I did this and I feel sorry. It didn't put out the attention that she was going through anything. She felt like a happy little kid that just had a birthday party, you know what I'm saying? And then you sit in there and you smile because you're going to get right back out.
Yes, she was
smiling. People in the chat are saying, why are they trying to put this under a hate crime. They're just trying to get her, aren't they?
Well, I'm saying they trying to figure out a way to do it like a hate crime. Not that they gonna put a hate crime on it. They just want to put some kind of thing on it to let her know that what she did was really dangerous and how it affected the community. They really want her to feel it so nobody else does it. Because all those resources that they put into her, that they put into this case, the open wounds that people in this city has went through. Like, I'm telling you, if you knew half of the stories, like we had a 4-year-old that went missing out of the front yard, okay, and 2 weeks later she was found in another area in a dumpster.
Damn.
It's sad, but this is the stuff we've been going through for the last 5 years. So now it doesn't matter what color you are. When one of those come up missing, it's more like all hands on deck. It doesn't matter what city you're in, you're going to be all hands on deck because we're trying to stop it from happening to the kids.
One more time, Mariah, she didn't say it was a hate crime. They want to treat it as such, meaning that make it morally wrong. Does that make sense, what she did? And there's no laws on the book for that. That makes sense. Yeah. It's a lot. Okay, let's start taking calls. Hey, Pia.
Hey.
Hey, Sebastian.
Hey.
Hey, AJ.
Hi, Sharrell. Hi, Perry.
What's up? What's up?
We got a lot going on today. Let's start with you, Pia. Let's see. Wendy Williams, the Nene interview, Carlee, and then the Knowles.
Well, the Nene thing, I just heard, and I read this on Instagram, that Cynthia, Bronwyn, and a couple of other housewives have joined Bethenny.
Oh my God. They're going to do it, Perry. They're going to get this union. That is so good. This is why I want the other housewives to join in. When it comes to race, it's a very touchy subject. But if you can't get everybody to stick together, then nothing gets done. And they all were feeling the same way. And it just really, she took the brunt. Go ahead.
She took the brunt of it because she was brave enough to actually say something about it. And what really pissed me off about that is I remember the plot against Nene with Kandi and Cynthia, because that was when Greg was dying of cancer. I remember that. And for some reason, Cynthia, she couldn't comprehend or she couldn't understand it. She wasn't even there for Nene. So, yeah, I'm actually glad she is speaking up and speaking out, because it's true. When Teresa pushed Andy, ain't nothing happened to her.
Let me ask you this, Pia. What is Bethenny Frankel getting out of this?
Well, I like Bethenny.
Me too.
And I think what's going on is when she was on The Real Housewives, I don't know if this was before or after she left. I can't remember. Someone could probably help me out. She started her Skinny Girl Cocktail.
Right.
And from what I was told, any housewife that makes any venture outside of Bravo technically still has to pay Bravo. Bravo gets a percentage of it.
Very much true.
So it's probably coming from the fact that she's bitter about that. And again,
well, hold on. Bethenny Frankel was the only housewife that didn't have to give a percentage.
She took that payment. She took that salary for her not to be taxed for her.
And then they inserted what they call the Bethenny law, which is, after that they had to. But Bethenny is white and rich and has nothing to gain from this. What do you think she's doing?
I think that she's realizing that right is right and wrong is wrong. I think that's really what it is. And also, too, again, this isn't the first housewife that has come out against Andy. I don't know who the other woman was. I can't remember her name. I just remember her face. She wrote a book and she outed Andy's whole entire drug history.
Who? Do you remember?
She has short brown hair. Her face is like concrete.
Does anybody on the panel know who she's talking about? Anybody on the panel? Oh.
She was on one of the Housewives franchise. I cannot remember her, but I know for a while after that came out and after she came out against Andy, he didn't have her back on the show after that.
Wow. We for the record, it's an alleged drug problem. Andy Cohen has 2 children now and seem to be doing just fine. Just gotta get it out there.
But yeah, I think that she's realizing that right is right and wrong is wrong. As far as Kevin is concerned, you know, Chick-fil-A, they're hiring, they're giving out $14.98 for their salary. He can get a job there. He seems like the type to work for Chick-fil-A or a Burger King. One of them.
Messy.
Well, you know what? Because he likes to fight Waffle House. He's Waffle House material. Tina Knowles and that. First of all, I've never seen him in anything, so in my opinion, he was a never was to me.
Y'all are messy.
And I do believe what Opinion said. Yes, Lord, I do believe he stole that safe.
Oh my God.
Said, no,
y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop.
No, Sharrell, they said it was an inside job. He was probably at there waiting for the staff to leave, and then like Inspector Gadget, he went to say,
y'all need to stop. I don't know why that cracks me up. I cannot stand up. That is so funny to me.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. Perry, did you ever show Sharrell that video I sent you?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
What was the video of? What was the video of, Pia?
It was Miss Robbie trying to sing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Y'all, you are messy. I can't with Pia.
But I'll show it to you afterwards.
All right. Thank you, Pia, for the laugh. You are too much. I love you. Now we got Sebastian. We know Sebastian is too much. Go ahead, Sebastian. Sound off.
Okay, I'm going to sound off on the situation with Lanithia. Mm-hmm. And I want everyone to be respectful in the chat to what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You've already crossed the line.
Lanithia made her whole own bed and now she has to lay in it.
Okay.
She is the one who did what she did that last season. It was not no collusion between the girls. She's the one who made that whole lie about Cynthia was speaking bad about her to the other girl, Giovanna, and Giovanna had a recording of it, made a whole big deal about it.
Yeah.
That Cynthia's a snake and whatsoever. And Giovanna came at that reunion. That's the day when Nene said she had to go flush her tampon with blood down the toilet. That's what she said. That was the day where she just left the reunion, season 12.
Yeah, I remember that.
I know some people want to say, well, a lot of people do leave the reunions. 100%. I agree. A lot of people do leave the reunions. But Nene thought she was the HBIC. After that whole season of making up that whole lie, then disrespecting, she didn't want to sign her contract. But I get all
that. Everything you're saying is absolutely true. Nene made her own bed, and now she's got to lay in it. But I'm talking about unfair treatment between housewives because of the color of their skin. That's a much bigger issue to me. What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of understand. I do believe there is some form of unfair treatment between all the housewives. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that should be coming from Bethenny Frankel's mouth, because it wasn't not too long ago that Bethenny Frankel, I think it was a couple years ago, where she said Atlanta doesn't really bring anything. All they say is just like, "Oh, I'm gonna just pull your weave off. I'm gonna drag you." That's what she said. Bethenny said that. She said Atlanta doesn't really bring anything. All they bring is ratchet and ghetto-ness. That's what she said. So I don't really think Bethenny's the right one to be giving that message. Nene could give that message. I agree. Nene should be giving that message, but Bethenny's not the one, because Bethenny has been very problematic when she has talked about other franchises with people of color involved in it.
Oh, Sebastian, are you saying that if a person has a problem with racism, you have to be the minority to speak up? You can't.
No, I'm not saying you have to be the minority, but you cannot be the participant in that racism to the other the mistreated. You can't be a participant. And Bethenny was a participant. She said it herself, where she said Atlanta doesn't really bring anything except a bunch of women saying that they're going to drag each other's weave off. That's what she said.
Ooh, Sebastian.
No, it's just the truth, Sharrell. She did say that. I will say this, though, about the Beyonce and Tina situation. Listen, Tina, you knew this man for what, 13 years before you even got married to him. You were friends with him, so you knew all his traits and everything. You're the one who decided to get married to him. I'm sorry, it's just the truth, and that's how I feel. And As I said, you made your bed and now lay in it. I
Do you feel that opinions over the top saying that maybe Richard broke into the house? It cracks me up. Yes,
you know, we don't have proof of that, but you know, it's a very credible thing.
Y'all are messy.
Only the people in the house would know where the safe is. It's just the truth. Only the people who live in the house would know where the safe is.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Carlee?
Oh,
the guy going to the club.
Y'all need to stop dragging Carlee's ex-boyfriend. I'm sorry, it's just the truth, and that's how I feel.
Sebastian,
don't do that.
It's not in poor taste to start doing club events.
It is not poor taste. He was a victim as well.
Oh,
she made up a
my
lie.
God.
He was a victim as well. He was one of the few people online who was telling us to shut up because he wants us to wait till we see everything. But you know, he's a victim as well. We cannot be.
He's a victim. Oh my God, Sebastian!
He's a victim of her lies. So we cannot be dragging.
So you're gonna make money off of it? You're worried about how many subscribers you have? Come on, this is poor behavior. Come on, Sebastian.
Well, listen. He has to take all the opportunities he gets in life.
I can't.
Give him a break. Y'all are dragging him too much, and I don't like it. Like it's not his fault that she made up and concocted this whole lie.
Is that your cousin?
No.
All right. Did we cover everything, Sebastian? I gotta speed this up.
Wendy and Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr. and
the Wendy
whatever her name is, the side piece's name. Wendy, you better not bring Kevin Sr. back onto. No, leave him away. Don't bring him back. Don't bring him back. Because when you bring him back, you're gonna bring Sharrena back too. Because that's the only reason why Sharrena was with him. She was only with him so she could get the bag. And now, if you do bring him back, she's gonna be coming up and back here. She's gonna start petitioning him for child support for that journey. Now that's gonna be coming out of your check, Wendy. No, don't bring him back. And for his hip, he could start going, get some medical marijuana, and you'll be fine.
Do what? All right, thank you, Sebastian. Sound off, AJ. Hi, AJ.
Hi, Sharrell. Hi, Perry. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is well.
Let's start with Nene really quick.
Nene? Oh, yes. Nene. First of all, I agree. Nene should be the one leading it. I don't...
well, okay, hold on, AJ. There have been white people since the beginning of time that have stand up for Black rights. It wasn't like the Underground Railroad, things like that. So why do you feel that you only have to be Black to stand up for racism? Why do you feel that?
I don't think you could be any color.
Yeah,
and it's great if you stand up for racism. I think that's fantastic. Don't you're more supporters, you're better. We want. You know, but do
you feel that that's what Bethenny's doing?
Well, let me tell you about Bethenny wants attention. She always wanted attention. Now, it's true. I mean, let's go through it. Okay. Bethany, you've trashed all the housewives. Literally. You trashed the show. You trashed Andy Cohen. You said they were all stupid. How you were the only one who can negotiate the highest contract ever in history.
Lying, AJ? Bethenny Frankel says how she feels. Is she lying? Are they dumb?
No, she's not lying at all. I think it's great, but this is just the content for her. I mean, if you go through her podcast, it's all very professional.
Oh my
She's
God.
got a team of 10 people. She throws a bit of comedy in there. It's just
hold on, AJ. You're saying Bethenny Frankel is doing this so she can get more views?
She's trying to revamp her old talk show. Remember that? Ellen gave her one and she couldn't even. That lasted 2 seasons. Remember how she got on with Omarosa? That was really good TV, by the way. But I don't think that I don't know. There's something about Bethenny. Okay, I remember that. There's something about her that I just don't like, and I don't know what it is. It's always someone else's fault. She's not very the whole Jason thing. I don't know if it was that terrible, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's what she's telling us. right? But he seemed like a perfectly nice guy to me when she introduced us, and his mom, his family was amazing. Now the whole entire family hates her, and he doesn't want to. Like, there's something about Bethenny. I don't know what it is. But she's doing this for attention. I really do believe that.
Oh my
There's nothing for
God.
her to gain from this other than, have you not noticed she's been doing interviews about this a lot?
Yeah. I think
I
she's
mean,
being supportive. I really do.
she's been supportive, but why don't you bring along Nene with you or someone else? Do you know what I mean? Or bring some.
Okay.
Why you got to do this by yourself? Like, she's the one full fronting this. She's making sure we know this. Bethenny is an attention whore. Anyway, so
All right.
I want to move on to Richard Lawson. I'm about to read him. Well, first of all, basically, my mum's favorite show of all time is Dynasty, and I grew up watching Dynasty, even the reruns. I used to watch it, love it. Now, did you know the Richard was on it too?
No, because that was in the 80s. That was like a long time ago.
Well, over here we have reruns. Do you not have reruns?
Yeah, we have
you probably don't have time to watch it. But I used to watch it during the pandemic, like a lot of, and I rewatched it. But anyway, he's basically saying that she's controlling, right? Tina Knowles is controlling. Now I want to know, what does he mean by that? Is she telling you what to wear? Is she telling you what to eat? Is she giving you an allowance? I mean, if she is giving you an allowance, it's a bit understandable because you've not worked since the 80s. And you're wasting it all on that Scientology church, which, is he still a member of Scientology?
Wait, hold on, AJ, hold on. You're saying that Richard Lawson, as far as you know, was a part of Scientology?
Yeah, he's a Scientologist, as far as I know. It's very well known. And Tina Knowles was supposed to be converted. That's what the rumors were, that Beyonce was very, very concerned that her mom was getting involved.
Has anybody else heard this?
Do you guys not know this?
No.
It's very well known. I'm breaking.
No.
I'm breaking. Okay. Well, Google it. Google it. Well, he basically, I don't know, wasted all that money because he's been a member like since the 80s, I think, or something like that. So, yeah. So if you're wasting all this money on that church and he's not working and she's doing all, so I understand why he's feeling a little bit emasculated because she's out here earning all the money, and Tina Knowles is a boss. She really is. She's that girl. So on to the next, Tina. You still got that look. She's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Oh my gosh.
Right. See, I told you.
Gosh.
And there was listen to this. There was, oh my God, Beyonce was so worried that basically her mom was getting so deeply involved. She even did courses. Did you know that? She went to the Scientology Celebrity Center and everything. So I don't know if she's probably not a full-time member because Beyonce made sure of that. Because we can't have that in the press. Do you know what I mean? J-Lo kept J-Lo's dad is also a Scientologist. And J-Lo is very she's been to the celebrity centers a lot, and but you don't hear it about it in the press because they make sure you don't know it. But if you dig deep, you'll find out. But yeah, he's a loser.
Thank you. Sound off really quickly, Denzel. I got 6 minutes. Oh, he's a Scientologist.
Oh wow, yeah, that is crazy. How you doing, Sharrell, Perry, everybody?
Hi.
How y'all doing? Yeah, Wendy, she better not take Kevin back. She better not take him back, and he needs to get a job.
Yeah, he really does.
His punk tail need to go get a job. With the Nene situation, Nene, she did this to herself. She did this to herself. Now, do I agree with her about Bravo having racism? Yeah, I do believe it's some racism in Bravo. I do believe it. But if she feels that way, why did she stay? Why did she stay? I'm just saying, why did she stay? But she did. But she did make the Real Housewives of Atlanta iconic. I will give her that. I will give her that.
Well, really quickly, do you think that Carlos and Nene are going to work together?
They probably will.
Yeah.
And you know what? He should give her a show. And if he does give her a show, do I think it's going to be iconic? Yeah, because she is an iconic person.
Yeah. All right, I gotta speed this up. Al, sound off really quickly. You said you know that Beyonce's stepfather is a Scientologist, Al?
Give me 1 second, Sharrell. Go to somebody else and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. Emmanuel, have you heard about this Scientology?
I mean, it's
No, it doesn't surprise me, but I haven't heard about it.
Sound off, Emmanuel.
Okay, so I saw the second part of the interview with Nene and Carlos, and I did get a little bit emotional because it puts in perspective how you can give it your all, and they can throw you out like you're a piece of garbage. You know, it's so sad. But you know what? God is so great, and He sees everything. And I have a feeling that Nene's story's not over. I can see her and Carlos starting something amazing, and the tables are going to turn on Andy Cohen and his dirty ways. And speaking of dirty ways, I love how Nene said that Kandi is the least interesting. The fact that you were the highest paid housewife and we wouldn't even notice you. You're missing episodes. Like, come on now. Kandi likes to show up and eat. The only good thing Kandi has brought to the table is a tired, old, high note and some disgusting sex parties. I'm over it. It's like Carlos and Nene. It's like she said.
That Kandi comes to the party to eat?
That's all she does.
I can't. Oh my God.
It's like Carlos said. Nene has something about her that she was the
didn't
leader.
hear one lie told as yet.
Yep, Nene was the leader, and she kept the show going. Like, you could see it. Like, when she entered the room, she's a star. Now, really quickly with Bethenny, I don't like her. I think she's dirty as well. I think she's self-serving, but sometimes God works in mysterious ways. So if it takes Bethenny coming out and speaking truth to power, then I'm happy, and I'm supporting her.
Damn, that's a wow. Okay, thank you. Al, are you ready?
How are you doing now?
Yes, I'm there. In regards to Richard Lawson, that was, I think those made major headlines back like 4 years ago. About the whole Scientology thing. I'll just say that on that. I do think he allegedly was the one that stole the money. That's why we haven't heard nothing else about it.
Y'all are messy.
Moving on from there. I don't really care for Bethenny either, but like the previous caller said, you know, everybody in Hollywood is problematic. So if this is her rectifying her past behavior, then so be it. If she can be the one that helped get the girls in Atlanta a better deal and get us a better outcome, then so be it. Do I think that excuse all the wrongs of her past? No, but this does deserve some acknowledgement if she is putting her privilege to use. You know, if she is using that same power she used to drag the girls, then it's only fair that she could use her same power to help the girls when they need it most. In regards to the Carlee situation, I don't know who said the boyfriend was right. It's just this goes back to the whole issue of people being famous for nothing. You know, like, of course, it was plenty thirsty ass women in his DM wanting his attention throughout this situation. And so for him to now use that 15 minutes of fame to start doing bookies and stuff, to start doing that, can I blame him? No, because he's out here getting money. But is it in poor taste? Yes, definitely is. That's how I feel about that. When it comes to back to Nene real quick. I think the interview was needed. I think it was about time she get her side out. I think she should still do what I suggested previous lives and use her connects and resources to now build her own show to now maybe even rival the Atlanta Housewives show. But if Nene can do it again, then if Nene did it once, she can do it again. She know too many girls, and like we all stated before, she can go back to Atlanta and choose actually real housewives from Atlanta, and by her being the familiar face, she'll be the one to sell it. Like, it's gold, just like that. Really quickly, who was the last person that we were discussing?
Wendy Williams.
Sharrell.
Yeah, Wendy Williams.
Okay, so Wendy Williams, in regards to the son, I think the son is at a point where it's better. He's looking at it as, do I deal with the devil or no? Or do I deal with the devil I don't know? So he may be worried as if he tries to search for an outsider to come in and manage it, he has that worry of, okay, what damage could they possibly do there? You know?
Yeah. I agree
and so with his dad, he may be saying, okay, well, even though my dad and even though he ain't shit, but at least I know this devil, and at least, well, me and my mama could probably handle this devil together. And worst case scenario, if my dad does take all our money, at least it is my dad than an outside of the family. So that may be how the son is looking at it. The devil he knows is maybe better than the devil he doesn't know. But I hope I didn't talk too fast, Sharrell. I know you said you was on a time restraint.
No, that was really. Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
We shouldn't feel too sorry about these housewives. They entitled and they do it for fame anyway. So I don't know what this pay rise.
And the whole thing about Bethenny, I don't know anybody
nurses.
that's in Hollywood that's not self-serving. So if she have her own interior motives, who gives a damn? Because everybody in Hollywood has their own interior motives, you know?
Yeah, she's selfish, and I'm just calling her out. That's it. But she, I can see you, girl. But they all, this whole thing is a little bit ridiculous because they're not doctors or nurses or, this is not, they should join a union, like normal people do. But I don't know. But these are entitled housewives. They're supposed to be rich, but they're not rich, apparently. They need the money.
Hey, Sharrell, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the comedian Kathy Griffin, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I love her too. Well, she said years ago, she said that Andy Cohen is on the Coco allegedly.
In the bathroom.
And so did Danielle Staub.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of people were saying that, but he didn't hold that against them. I don't like the way he's treating Nene because now listen to this, and I'm the first one to say this. Andy Cohen is doing Nene Leakes wrong because when he loves you and needs you, he needs you, and when he doesn't, he doesn't. Now the rumors out there he's gonna fire Kandi. Watch him turn on Kandi too, and then she'll understand how they all need to stick together. They have to stick together.
Is her contract coming to an end this season? So if it is, then she's out. Because they are all cutting she's the only one with multi-million-dollar contract now.
Right. That's what he has to make budget. And so they said that
so he can get more money because he gets over 10 million a year. So he wants more money. Probably. He said they probably told him you need to cut some of these housewives for yourself. And he probably did. Andy Lucifer will do anything.
Child. Go ahead, Butterfly.
He'll be a buck.
Sorry. Can you hear me, Butterfly?
Okay. I think a lot of people forget that. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. I think I'm a little delayed. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I see my thing moving. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little delayed. But I think a lot of people forget that Nene spoke up. She always spoke up. Nene didn't just start speaking up towards the end. Nene has always spoken up from season 1 on. And Bethenny I'm kind of like, I'm on the fence with her because Bethenny has a lot of racial undertones that she used to do when they used to do blog back in the day. And I don't know, there's a lot of things that that just came off racist to me about Bethenny and the blogs that she used to do.
Let me ask you this really quick.
But Nene did mention that too.
Let me ask you a question real quick, Butterfly. When you speak up, you really put yourself in the hot seat. And so I understand why the other housewives did not stand up. Do you understand?
No, because I'm still mad about the Married to Medicine women doing what they did to Mariah Hodges, and I absolutely believe there was collusion. They always do it. I mean, think about it. They did it to the Black Panthers. You got to think about it. They used our own people to conquer and divide, and all these women fell for it. What they did to Mariah Hodges for Married to Medicine is absolutely disgusting, and it's the same thing that they did to Nene. It's disgusting. People keep forgetting this. Like people, and like I said, Nene's spoken up since day one. I think a lot of people want to forget that because they just have this dislike for Nene. They think her head got blown, but at the same time, how would her head not get blown? I think we forget that there's a lot of things that was done to Nene. Let's not forget that the Vanderpump Rules location, Lisa Vanderpump stole that from Nene. Nene reached out to her to help her, and Lisa Vanderpump went and stole that right from under Nene's nose. We forget about a lot of the things that were done to Nene. And I think a lot of people want to attribute it to her having a bad attitude. She has a son who's addicted to drugs. She got a lot of things going on that I think a lot of people forget. Y'all give a lot of people grace like a nasty Kenya. Yeah, I don't. All of a sudden, everybody loves Kenya and forgetting how nasty and horrible she was. Y'all looking at Marlo like she's the worst, as if Kenya wasn't a Marlo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all forget a lot of stuff, and y'all give a lot of people grace. So I don't understand why.
Butterfly, you're trying to get Perry started by bringing up Kenya. Why you bring up Kenya?
No, because I agree with her 110%. I mean, she ain't speaking nothing but the damn truth up in here.
You know what? Nene should have.
I think people need to give Nene the grace. Like, Nene has spoken up for time.
She's not that innocent, Nene. She left the show.
Nobody's innocent, but at the same time, she ain't did nothing no worse than the other ones did. Let's not forget that even the Watch What Happened Live, that was Nene's idea. Nene wanted to do that. Andy stole that from her. Like I said, y'all forget about a lot of the underhand stuff that they have done to Nene while y'all are so busy focused on Nene. Let's not forget all the stuff that was done to her that she didn't even mention in the interview. That was an excellent interview, and I wish she would. I wish they would have touched on a lot more of the internal stuff that was done to her. But moving along. Wendy Williams absolutely does not need to look back at all. Never mind the devil you know. I'd rather deal with a devil I don't know than a Kevin Hunter because the man destroyed her life. That's the reason why she's at where she's at now, because of the destruction of her life. No, she don't need to go back to no Kevin Hunter. No.
But do you think that she may have planned this?
No.
Maybe.
Not at all. I'm all set.
Do you think that she may have planned this? Wendy Williams, do you think that she may have planned this? Because to cut Kevin out of money because she wanted to do that podcast, remember? And there's some clause, I believe, that if she went into work, then she still had to give him alimony, but the podcast would enable her not to give him money or some sort. Is that right?
So there's a rumor going around that Wendy Williams plotted this. She put a clause in her contract that says if she returns to TV, she would have to pay him. That's why she's not focusing in on television. She's focusing in on the podcast. But in order for that to be true, she would have to be of sound mind. And we all know she's still struggling with addiction. So I'm kind of confused on that rumor. I don't know if it's...
Could that be Bernie that did that? You know, is that her manager, Bernie?
No, it's Susan Morrissey. So.
Oh, yes, that woman.
Yeah. It's a lot going on. Anyway, Perry, what are your thoughts about all of this?
Look, I just came on.
Make me laugh.
I was checking. I was checking some stuff out, and I was trying because I didn't want to come on publicly and say, "Hey, Emmanuel, don't say that." I was trying to send him a silent message that he can't be going after Kandi because the Kandi liquors is gonna come get him. No, I'm being for real, right? Like they gonna come after you regardless of what you say. You can say she's great, but she's boring. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. But I was just trying to give him a reminder to be
let me just touch this really quick. The whole Kandi thing is a lot of behind the scenes bickering that's going on. So you guys have to remember there's much more to these stories than Nene is saying. It's a lot of behind the scene politics is what's happening. And so,
of course, because do you remember, like, the way that they brought Kenya Moore back was so trifling on that show, and it was such, and you can see it was such a, wasn't it trifling? Coming there like 7 months pregnant, and Nene was like, "Oh, okay," and Cynthia knew about it, and so did Kandi, and they plotted apparently behind the scenes to get her back onto the show.
It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of behind the scenes things.
And it worked.
And basically, if you guys have to look at it as an alliance, it's Carlos, Bethenny, and Nene. And I think that this alliance has saved her career because she was really being blackballed and wasn't getting any work. Andy was doubling behind her, calling people behind the scenes saying, you know, you didn't want to, I wouldn't want to work with her if I were you, and stuff like that. So
really, that's nasty. That is awful. No, I didn't know that. Are you so proper Lucifer? I told you. Is that Andy Cohen that said that about Nene?
Yeah, it was Andy Cohen that was doubling behind her. Basically, he had her blackballed. And so now Carlos, so it's so much behind the scenes because a lot of producers, and this is no shade, this season, they don't like Kandi either. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on that we don't know about. So you guys just wait and let everything unfold. But I get how we're judging what we see on TV. But that's just a little bit of it. The real action is behind the scenes where they're fighting each other tooth and nail, getting each other fired, trying to mess up each other's careers. Hollywood is a vicious game.
And do you know what I think personally? I don't think Kandi needs the show. I really don't. Kandi is established herself now because, let's face it, before The Housewives, she was fading away. This brought her to the forefront, and now she's fresh. She's got the YouTube channel. She's got that podcast with the everything and the sex channel and all that. And she's doing great for herself. So if she left, she's always got something to herself. Under YouTube. She always got something to do.
It's almost a done deal about Kandi. And that's weird.
Relevant.
Kandi had an alliance, but he's put in a situation when they tell you cut the budget, that's what you got to do. So this is crazy. And it's a lot.
So we're left with all the thirsty people like Marlo and Sharrell, because let's face it, they broke. They're broke. They're not rich. They're cheap, and they broke.
It has nothing to do with who he likes at this point. It's all about, oh my God, I was about to get off. Let me get.
Did you know about the Bling Empire people? Like the Bling Dubai people were paid peanuts as well. They weren't paying a lot of money. Yeah, so they're doing it all over the place.
Hey, Nina, I was about to get off, girl. You know I gotta let you talk. I miss you. Where you been?
Girl, you know, hey y'all, hey, I missed y'all too. You know, I moved back to North Carolina.
Yeah,
So
I do.
I've been had both foot in it, y'all. You know, up and running, honey. But y'all been talking about my girl Nene. I hear y'all been talking about that my Nene now. I believe I believe 98% of everything she said on Carlos King's podcast, he did on his podcast. So 1 and 2, I believe she was, and we all know she was blackballed, and we all knew she was blackballed by Andy Cohen. You know that was about face. You know what I'm saying? We knew that, but the thing that got me on that podcast, I just want to say this: the thing that got me on that podcast was how Wendy Williams, how she said Wendy Williams treated her. I believe that with everything in. You can't do dirty, you know. You can't do dirty, honey, and expect a reward for it. You just can't. And I ain't saying that against Wendy Williams, but I'm just saying, you know, it's the story's unfolding. But I've been watching. I've been listening to y'all. I just hadn't been able to get on because I'm in a closed environment. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't been able to really get on. But yeah, I'm glad y'all are doing these podcasts talking about Nene Leakes, because honey, it's time for Nene Leakes to come back. Wherever she's coming back to, she's coming back.
She's definitely coming back. I think that this new alliance, and that's what it is. Let's just be up.
Yeah, and then Kim Zolciak too. Carlos, do you see it? Kim will come back to
cares about Kim Zolciak.
I know, right?
He will bring her. No, because Carlos King loves them.
No, listen, hold on a second. Listen to this, Nina. We know that this alliance is what's saving Nene, but now that same alliance, they got another person in common that they all can't stand. That's Kandi Burruss.
Well, Kandi Burruss can stand Kandi. That's nothing new. They can't. Kandi.
Nina, be careful.
For who? I don't care who don't like Kandi.
I know. I'm just saying, because I know from my experience, when I give my opinion, they gonna blow up the chat afterwards.
Well, guess what?
Yeah, me too. They hate me too when I read her.
They used to blow up that chat with comments that I used to say when I first came on. So you know I don't care. That's why y'all got the mics, not me. This is not the opinion of Sharrell and Perry. This is Nene. Nobody cares about Kandi. Kandi getting everything she deserves. And like Nene said, she is never a star.
Y'all are messy. But listen, I wish they would air that. That's where the real drama is coming in, that they're all fighting each other.
Yes, but you know what? The thing what I got behind the part one with Carlos King is, I say he got something up his sleeve when it comes to Nene. I just think he got something up his sleeve when it comes to Nene. You know, for him to give her a 2-part, and then he goes on the second part, and he thanks all of us that tuned in, that made it worldwide, you know, for us, because we wanted to hear what she had. No matter how much we may hate her to love her, we wanted to hear what she had to say, you know. And Carlos King knows her, and he brought it out of her. Now she said what she said. That's a lot that she didn't say that I wish she had said, you know. But one thing she did, I'm gonna say this, and I know you got to get off. But one thing she did say, that the only one that could read her, that came for her, was Claudia Jordan. She gave Hammer Toes her props. You know,
not Hammer Toes.
Yeah, because that's what she called her when you have to go back and look at the season, honey. She called
I remember.
Hammer Toes, and you would just have to see Claudia Jordan's feet to know why she called her Hammer Toes. But
you guys, I want everybody to stay tuned, because I'm gonna do a deep dive of what's going on behind the scenes. I'm working with someone who's giving me tapes and evidence.
That's good.
It's gonna be great.
Sharrell, I believe, because you know all the people in the back, honey. You know all the people in the front too. So I believe it. So I'm back. But listen, I want to tell you this, and I'm gonna get off for real though. I'm gonna let you go. My granddaughter said, Nana, and I said, yes. She said, are you not friends with Sharrell anymore?
Why'd she say that?
I said, why did you say that? She said, because I never hear you on her podcast anymore. And I said, only because I moved. You know, I said,
Nene, I've told you so much stuff, I'd have to kill you.
I told my granddaughter, I said, Sharrell gonna always be my ace from day one.
I would have to kill you. You have been my counselor.
You ain't never heard none of it back on nothing else. Nobody else's channel or nothing. You ain't never heard nothing you told me come back. That's because I care about you.
I can trust you with my life. I really can.
That's because I care about you and Perry. I would never
I appreciate it too.
Stuff that some other people didn't do. Oh no, that's not me. When I'm loyal, I'm loyal.
So am I.
As Nene Leakes could say, bloop. And, all
right, I gotta get out of here.
I love y'all. I'll be
Don't be a stranger.
All
right, Nina.
All right, bye, y'all. Bye, Perry.
All right, like I said, you guys, I'm gonna do a deep dive. This is politics at its finest. They're scratching each other's eyeballs out behind the scenes, and I'm gonna talk about it. It's going to be good. All right.
And if you ever give a video a like, please give it a like. It really helps the video. Truly appreciate it. And thank you guys for coming.
Exactly.
It's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be groundbreaking.
And opinion will keep us updated. This Carlee trial is not over, not trial. This Carlee situation is not over. It's going to end up in trial, and we're going to all cover that, right? Opinion.
Yeah,
right.
you'll have the inside scoop.
On 3, guys, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everyone.
Later.